I don't even know if I'm going to put this video up, but occasionally I just want to put up just kind of a heartfelt message and let you know that trading isn't easy, um, especially day trading. And you're going to make mistakes. You're going to have errors of judgment, and people are going to ridicule you in this environment that since I have been in for doing this for over 5 years, trying to accomplish a task at Top Step Trader, um, that very few are able to get through. And the haters that hate are the true losers in life. That it is. What can you say? They obviously are emotionally detached, or how do you put it politely? Um, just see some of the hate email that I get sometimes in uh, um, my business account. It's a deranged individual is how I look at it. It's it makes me sad that that here I am doing my best to help people, but they get their kicks by just doing things that that if we would sit across from each other, they wouldn't do. If we would sit across from and just have a talk and break bread together, that would never happen. But they enjoy seeing misery, is what it's all about. And I will show misery at times because that's the nature of the business. I mean, anyone that thinks that day trading is easy and that um, they're foolish. And if you believe the gurus that are out there that are doing this phenomenal numbers, some of them do. There's some, but there's most that can't. Uh, and it's just the nature of the beast that you're involved in. I mean, trading is not made. It looks easy, but when you're dealing with a very small risk amount and you top that off, you do something like I did today and take a trade for 18 tick loss. When when I look at my spreadsheet on a day like today, 1R on my spreadsheet's 29 ticks. How many ticks does it take to get to minus 50? And in fact, how many trades does it take to get to minus 50 if you have a 29 tick stop loss that you need to put in the market on crude oil right now? You know, if I could run the full strategy correctly, the way that I want to, but I don't want to pay $375 a month to Top Step Trader or any individual. I don't want to open up a $5,000 account until I'm confident that I can control what I have inside me. Now, I believe that my stuff works. I know it does because I've seen proof and evidence of it from just watching and observing. But, you know, would the 29 ticks of kept me, you know, when I lost 18, would the rest of that keep me in? It doesn't matter if you take a bad trade decision. So my first trade was a discretionary trade, and I allow myself discretion on the first trade. I'm okay with that. Where my faults, I would say 99.99% of my losing days means that all of them come on the second and third trade decisions that I make, and it's taken some time for that to sink in. I'm hard-headed. I'm stubborn. I am. When I have good trading, I have lots and lots of good trading days, lots of them. The last 18 trading sessions that I had, 16 of those were winning trading days. They might have been a couple ticks, but 16 of 18, and I was able to just grind my way up there. But one of those losing days was close to a $500 daily loss. I actually started step one this time around in the hole almost 500 bucks. I was sitting at around 29,500 roughly, and I ended up swinging that account all the way up and over a $2,500 swing because I got control of myself. And then I had another losing day in that 18 days that only lost 11 ticks. And there were some days I only made 5 or 10 or 12. Some I made 30, some I made 40, and some I made none. But it took me 18 days to pull from a $500 daily loss, almost $500 loss on day one, to go that swing, that 2,500 swing in that step one. Does that make me a good trader? Not really. I just know my limitations and what I need to do and what I need to accomplish. Another thing I noticed is that after I trade that first trade, and I first trade as a loser, I have a habit of jumping back in the market second and third. And I took a long time to actually enter into the first trade today because we were in a tiebreaker scenario. I knew I wanted to go into the short side of the market, but if you look at crude oil market today, it wasn't very active. It didn't trend hard one way or the other. It was a grinding market. It's a market that you ate your lunch over and over again. So if I would have been smarter, if I would have flipped over my timer in this case, at least after the first trade, and this is thought process. Another reason why I got these, and they've been keeping me out of some bad trade decisions lately. But today it got away from me. That first trade loss, and then I went back to old David, but I caught myself. I caught myself when I was doing, and I did start flipping over my timers. And I calmed down, and then I stopped trading. It was around about 12:30 my time. No, excuse me, it was about 12, let's see, 9, no, it was 11:30 my time. Maybe even before that. No, maybe it was 11 o'clock. Maybe it was only 2 hours in. I get confused because I look at Central Standard Time when I'm trading Chicago time. But it was less than a 2-hour session, pretty much. It might have been to 10:30, 11:30 roughly. But I know I took off from 11:30 to 2 o'clock. So that I do know. That I did calm myself down. And I think I was down minus 23 coming into the afternoon session. My third trade, I believe, only lost a couple, or I had 5 trades on, and I was down 23 ticks. I was able to come back from, I think I was down minus 29 at my lowest. So I went from once I got the 18 tick hit, it took me to minus 29. I was able to recover to minus 17 today. So I made up roughly 12 ticks. If I didn't take on the second and third trade, I think that I would have had a better overall trading day itself. But things happen. To be completely honest, sometimes I read the comments, and They're not too flattering, and some of the email that comes in my email accounts, you know, not real flattering. It's it really makes me think, do I want to continue, or do I want to just I've got a pretty thick skin most of the time. Most of the time. But knowing that, and it's just constant. It's a constant belittling that that you go through. Um, it's not easy to lose most of your trading decisions. And you know, like yesterday, I won 40, but it should have been 66 at least, if not more. So even though yesterday was a good win, I should have at least pulled out a $500 day yesterday. So even in a win, I was kicking myself a little bit. And it kind of carried forward to today a little bit, because I allow what people say occasionally, not very often anymore, but on occasion, to affect my breathing, affect the way that I do things. I'll show them, and you know, knowing that that's wrong, and I know it's wrong to say, I'll show them, and there's a good amount of pride that goes into that statement, but pride, it comes before the fall as well. Humility is where it is and where it's at. And staying humble in your trading, understanding where your faults are. I know myself better than probably 90% of my audience out there, and what few people continue to watch me. But you know what's happening? What's really going on behind the scenes is I am a lot better this time around. And you just haven't been able to see that. Those that have been involved with it in the past just think, oh, it's the boy who cried wolf. Well, you know what? The wolf's at the door, but I've got the defense. I've got the gun now. And I can put that wolf down. Doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter that as I know that I have the confidence in what I've built and what I've developed and what I'm putting together works. Sometimes you have a bad streak. Sometimes you allow a bad trading decision to influence what happens in your trading day. That doesn't make me a bad trader. It just makes me human. And going against a 50 tick stop loss, that I don't believe you need to be taking into account anything else at Top Step Trader. But I'm not losing thousands upon thousands of dollars. So I'm okay with what's going on in my overall world. I can afford the $350 or $450 a month fee because I see the results that's coming out of all this. And I would put this video up if I was the only one that watched it. Because in the end, I'm not actually putting it up for you. You benefit from my knowledge. I put it up for me because I have to, my memory is not the greatest thing. I allow myself to do things over and over again. I don't know why. It's just part of the psychological makeup that goes and it makes up David, me. But eventually I learned my lessons. The stubborn streak that I've got dissipates. The blood that starts boiling reduces. I'm able to come back to it unemotionally attached, trading without emotions. Because when my emotional state gets out of whack, that's when I start accumulating losses. That's where I get into the WTF side of my trading. And that's why I only want to take a $500 hit, or in this case, a $100 reset. So with the possibility to make thousands of dollars and only risking, like maybe in this case, my $150 a month, plus I actually get a free reset a month now with the plan that I'm in. So physically, my fee I think was like $250 last month when I first started. No, I think it was only $150 because I had that free reset. I don't think I even had to pay another a reset because I got that free reset. So things are looking pretty good on my side. There they are. And honestly, I feel sorry for the Adams of the world. I feel sorry for the people that have to dislike every video that I put up. Every one of them. Every video they have to dislike, but they listen to every word I say. And they come back and they quote me, and they'll pull a video back from the past and they'll say, look at what you did here. Look at what happened then. Who really has the obsession here? Dave Knight here for 123daytrade.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Bye for now.